STCC.
Okay, so we'll get started. Welcome to our last series of Survive and Thrive. This is the third series that we've had this semester, and we are so happy that you are able to join us for this last one. This particular series, we're going to be highlighting the Academic Advising Office. So the advising office is especially important with priority advising and registration coming up. So we're going to have a brief introduction about advising and what advising will mean to you as a student at STCC. And then we're going to have a couple of demos that would show you how to navigate your web advisor account as well as how to register for classes. And then of course, we're going to leave some time for some Q&A. So today we have our wonderful staff, some of our wonderful staff from the Advising and Transfer Center. We have Jasmine Herman, who is the admin of the department, Jasenia Lopez, who is an advisor, and Melissa Rojas, who is an advisor. And I believe Jasenia is going to kick us off and tell us a little bit about the advising office and what advising would mean to you as a student here at STCC. Thank you, Jasenia.
Thank you, Kyoto. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So in academic advising, these are some of the services that we provide. I like to call us the one-stop shop. We pretty much, if there's any issue that you have, come to your academic advisor first. That's what I always like to say. So some of the services we provide are career and major exploration. So some students may come into college not knowing where they want to go, what they want to do as a future job, what major they want to declare. So as an advisor, we do some exploration with you to kind of figure that out. We do educational planning, so making sure that you understand what's in your program evaluation and what you need to graduate. And we kind of plan your time at STIC. We also make sure that we assist you in understanding what's required to graduate, right? What your degree, what classes are required, any other special things. When it's time to register, we are the people to help you look at classes, what you need for the next semester, kind of look at your grades, and help you register for the future semesters. We help ensure your academic success. So making sure that you are passing your courses, especially if you're in health programs, because a lot of them are very competitive and require A's and B's. So we work really closely with you to make sure that you are excelling in those courses. We also help with any schedule adjustments, especially during ad drop period, or if you have to withdraw from a class. In addition, we help with any referrals or resource support. So if, like I said, we're a one-stop shop. So if something's going on that's keeping you from doing well in your classes, we will refer you to either one of our campus resources or any resource that we have maybe in the community. And then the last thing that we help with, amongst other things, is transfer. So if you are looking to transfer to a four-year school, or if you're looking to transfer a four-year school, we do have a transfer counselor to help with that process. So in terms of advising, and Jasmine, you can put all of them on the screen. So advising extends beyond registration. So like as you saw, we have many services that we provide, but in our advising office, because we do have a lot of students per advisor, we do have some expectations from you, and we have expectations that you should have from us, right? So I went over a little bit about what our services are and what we do in the office. So in terms of expectations from you as students, we are looking for you as students to be proactive and engaged, to come prepared to meetings, to keep in touch with us. Like I said, we have more than 100 students, 100 to 200 students per advisor. So it can be really hard to keep track of everybody, but we try to do our best to do so. And like I said, I like to say, you should be responsible, and you should self-advocate for yourself and make sure that you're getting the services that you need. understanding your scheduling needs, your responsibilities outside of school. So coming into the meetings prepared, knowing that if you're registering for classes and you have 3 kids and you have full-time work, like what your schedule should look like, because that helps us help you. And also being able to make decisions and actions for yourself. All right. In terms of transfer services, I'm just going to go over this quickly because, like I said, we do have a transfer counselor. Her name is Maria Saez Bonilla, and you can make an appointment to meet with her usually about your second, third semester while you're at STCC. She does have some transfer workshops that she explains the transfer process, but she does one-on-one transfer counseling. She helps you on your application. So in your a semester or 2 before you're graduating from STIC, you'll meet with her, discuss the schools that you want to apply to, and she will help you through that application process. We also have college fairs and representatives that now being remote will come on through Zoom, but when we're on campus, they usually come to campus and you can meet with them. She'll talk to you a little bit about the Mass Transfer General Ed Foundation, and there's a picture on the right-hand side so that you can see what those General Education Foundation courses are. And most majors require this anyway, so if you're in a transfer program at STCC, you should be completing this, no problem. And then the Commonwealth Commitment is just a program that Massachusetts has that allows you to save money starting at a community college and going into a 4-year school. And again, Maria's information is on the screen, so if you want to set up a meeting with her, you can. So every semester, we have an academic advising period and a priority registration period. And so essentially what the advising period is a period of time when you meet with your advisor to discuss your classes that you have to take for the following semester and what your progress looks towards graduation. So it's important to meet with your advisor and not just register for any course, because you don't want to take any courses that you're not that are not needed for graduation. So meeting with your advisor will make sure that with your advisor, we'll make sure that you are taking the appropriate courses and keeping you on track. So once you meet with your advisor, priority registration just means you get to register before all new and incoming students, right? Making sure that you get the classes that you want, the professors that you want, the times that you want. I know right now we are doing a lot of online classes, but we do have different options coming up in the fall. So it's good to know there's limited courses, so it's good to know and pick those classes first. So this for this semester, advising period has already started. So if you haven't reached out to your advisor, please do so. Advising period started March 29th and it goes till the 14th. And then after April 15th is when you can actually register for your courses. So between April 15th and April 20th. Does not mean you can't register after April 20th, but after April 20th, registration is open to all students. And now I will hand it over to Melissa, who's going to do a little bit of some demo with you on the Web Advisor and how to register.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Jasenia. That was awesome. So as Jasenia said, I'm Melissa Rojas, and I'm also an academic advisor here at STCC. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that way you guys can all follow along with me. Okay, so this is the STCC homepage. Most of what you're going to be doing in terms of registering for classes and looking at your program evaluation will be done through Web Advisor. And I think the easiest way of getting to Web Advisor would be through the main page where you would click eTools and then Web Advisor. And then of course, you'll go ahead and you will log in. And because you're students, you will select the student option. It's going to bring you to the home page. So as a student, Web Advisor is super handy. You can do tons of really great things here. This whole section right here is for student financial services. So looking more at your bill and financial aid award and stuff like that. There's parking, communication information, academic planning, registration, and academic profile. All this stuff can be found right here in Web Advisor. But for today, we're going to focus mostly on academic planning as well as the registration section. So to start off with, we're going to talk a lot about the program evaluation. Everyone here at STCC who is in a degree-bearing program does have access to their own program evaluation, and it's honestly like the best tool on campus, I think, because you guys are here to make sure that you graduate as quickly as possible, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click into program eval, and it will bring you here. This is a test dummy account, but normally you would see your name up here, your first and last name and your student ID number. It will also tell you what your major is, right? So general studies or liberal arts. It tells you your anticipated graduation date. It also has your email address. This is also where you would find your advisor's information. So if you're not sure who your advisor is, it will list out that person's name and where they can be located. So scrolling down a little bit, there's basically 2 or 3 main sections of the program evaluation. And as I said, it is basically your guide for making sure that you complete all the courses you need in order to complete your degree or certificate program here. Generally speaking, your program requirement section is basically chunked out on a semester by semester basis. So you'll see here where it says semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, and then semester 4. Do keep in mind that these suggestions are based off of someone who can come to school full time. And full time status really means taking like 4 to 5 classes at a time. And that's great for some people, but a lot of people can't handle that because they also have things that they're taking care of at home, or they work full time, or they work multiple jobs. So if you are a part-time student, that's totally okay, but it's just going to add some more time to your degree, okay? On the flip side, it's kind of nice that things are chunked out. So that way, if you know that you want to be done in 2 years, you know you need to do everything that's listed out here in the semester 1 course suggestions. Okay. And the same thing for semester 2 and 3 and so on. Reading your program eval can take a little bit of time and some practice to get used to. But generally, the classes are kind of separated by this header or bar. And any class that you have completed will have a grade listed, and it'll also tell you when you took that class. Okay, so this person completed English 101 in the spring semester of 2020, and they got a B, and they were awarded 3 credits. They have not yet started first year experience because it says that course is needed, and it's also highlighted with the red by saying it's not started. Same thing this computer basics class. They did complete a critical thinking course, they got a B, and they did also complete a psychology course and they got a B, okay? Your program evaluation shows you what you've done in the past, but also what you need to do in the future. So this is a really good place to start if you're not sure what you want to take for the next coming up semesters. As Jaseni has mentioned, we are just entering priority registration right now. And so this would be a really good tool for you to look at first before you meet with your advisor, so that you have an idea of what's coming up down the pipeline. And it helps you kind of focus on what classes you should maybe register for either the summer and or the fall semesters coming up. So usually when I meet with students, I sit down, we start here first, and we come up with a little list of classes that are necessary and things that we need to kind of fill in. And that's where we usually start. Okay. To kind of piggyback off of what Jaseni had mentioned too, you'll notice that there are some different electives here. They have different categories. So some of them are specifically humanities, some are general science, some are social science, some general electives are down here. So you have tons of choices, but you might not know exactly what are those requirements for those categories. So that's usually what your advisor really is helpful for, and helping you identify the right classes that can fulfill those requirements for your major. Okay. So now we'll go to the registration part of classes. Registration usually is done if you click over here where it says register/drop sections. And there's a ton of different options. Usually the most popular one that people use is a search and register for sections. This is really helpful if you know what class you need to take. Like if you know you need a psychology 101 course, but you don't know the section number, you're not sure what the options are, this is a good place to start. But if you know exactly what the section number is, and if that works for you and you want to register for that specific course, you can do express registration. So we'll click in and say the search and register feature. So you would want to select the term. So we do have a bunch of different options for summer. We also have a couple of different options for the fall courses. Generally speaking, where you see it says extended or fall, that means it's the full semester. So for the summer, it goes June to August. But there's like little mini sessions in between. So summer session 1 is June to July. Summer session 2 is July to August. And courses are offered on different schedules and different times. So you kind of have to flip flop between all the different terms in order to make sure you know what's being available. And the same thing for the fall. We have the full fall semester, September to December. And then we have the mini semesters in there. That's fall 1. That will be September to October. And then fall 2 is November to December. So you have tons of different options. For the sake of this, we'll go ahead and we'll try to pick a couple of courses for the fall semester. This is where you'll type in the subject. So for psychology, you'll type in psychology, the course number, say psychology 101. And then maybe this person needs a lab science. So we'll do a biology course, 101. And any lab science does have a lab requirement. So we'll type in biology 101 and then biology 101L for the lab. And we'll hit submit. So this is going to query all the available classes for that term that meet those restrictions. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look. Most of these are offered online because of our remote situation, but we'll go ahead and we'll select a couple just for the demonstration. So we'll do Biology 101. This is a distance course because it says distance here. And then we'll do the lab to go along with it. And again, it's notated with the L right next to the course number, okay? And then we'll pick a psychology course. You'll see there are some options here. You know, anything that does say a distance course means that it is strictly online. Anything that does have a schedule with it means that you are required to come on campus for those times, unless it says something else, okay? Do note that things are changing rapidly. So we're definitely going to be adding more either online classes or in-person classes. So checking things out on WebAdvisor pretty frequently is a good thing to do to see if you would rather it come in person in the fall, or maybe stay online if that works good for you. So we'll go ahead, we'll select this Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. course. So that just means it meets Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30. And we'll add those. They're all checked off. And we'll hit submit. Okay, so usually it brings you to this other section here. And so it'll tell you what you can register for. You'll go ahead and you'll select the courses that you want. So we have the lab science and then the psychology. And under normal circumstances, you will go ahead and hit submit. Okay, that is after registration has opened up and you're able to go ahead and register yourself for courses. Okay. Do keep in mind during priority registration, if you have not met with your advisor, you will have an advising hold on your account. So that will not let you register yourself until priority registration is over. Okay. I think that is everything. Is there any questions at all?
Thank you so much, Melissa and Jasenia. And we'll just leave it open so anyone who has a question can just go ahead and put it in the Q&A or in the chat box. And we'll just give you a minute or so to type anything in if you have any questions.
So our contact information is on the screen. So the contact information in the middle is the general contact information for the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. And then we do have our individual emails for those of you who have questions, but we do ask that you do email your proper advisor, whether it's someone from our department or a faculty advisor. But we are always here to help. So if you have a question, feel free to reach out to us via email or using the chat now button that is on every stick main screen.
I don't see any questions. But yeah, definitely if you aren't sure who your advisor is, still feel free to go ahead and use that advisor at stick.edu or use the chat feature to just reach out to us and we can get that information for you. All we need is your first and last name or your student ID number.
And thank you so much for attending Survive and Thrive. We hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. Take care, everyone.
Springfield Technical Community College.